With the Minnesota Vikings trading star edge rusher Yannick Ngakoue to the Ravens, as well as superstar edge rusher Danielle Hunter being up on block, season-ending surgery on that herniated disc in his neck. Lots of snaps available for the Vikings' young defensive ends. Afadio Odenigbo is getting after it, leading the team in pressures. Jalen Holmes is also the name of a guy. Also, it has opened the door for a rookie fourth-round pick coming out of the University of South Carolina, DJ Wonnum, DJ, a.k.a. Danielle Jr. Actually, fun fact, DJ's first name is Dennis. So it's a great nickname opportunity. Dennis the Menace. Woo! Hey, Mr. Wilson. Get after that. So let's talk about the pride of South Carolina today. Background, 22 years young, 6'5", 258, former three-star recruit from Stevenson High School in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Originally, he committed to Iowa State. Head coach Paul Rhodes was there. And then 2015, clear that Rhodes is going to get fired in Ames. They went 3-9, less ideal. And then he decommitted from Indiana, Kevin Wilson, and then committed to South Carolina. Will Muschamp, his first recruiting class in 2016, taking over in Columbia. He was a former Florida head coach, and then he went over to the Gamecocks. Now, Wonnum signed up with South Carolina because massive opportunity. Because the Gamecocks were just a mess. So 2015 was the final year of Spurrier. He quit halfway through. They went 3-9. It was just absolutely a disaster, right? So Wonnum played a ton as a true freshman. He lined up in every single game, put up 32 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss, as well as a sack and a half. So that's great. Playing in the big bad SEC East as a true freshman, 17, 18 years old. Woo! Just getting after it. Now, he was named a captain in 2017, his true sophomore year, which is super impressive. Also speaks to the leadership vacuum that was absolutely bereft of talent there with South Carolina. That was his peak season in college, 57 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 6 sacks. Junior year, missed all but 4 games with an ankle injury, less than ideal. Senior season 2019 came back with a vengeance. 9.5 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, 26 pressures, 70.8 PFF grade. Played a combination of defensive end as well as stand-up linebacker. Was basically all over the place. Played both sides in the Gamecocks defense and was really a key integral part to their front seven. Combine athlete. Not a plus athlete, long but pretty light, explosive in the jumps, which is great to see. Agile enough, decent straight line speed as well. But like I said, overall good athlete, but not a combine freak, as well as not a guy who racked up a ton of collegiate production either. So it's not a Danielle Hunter freak metrics meh production or an Afadio Odenigbo meh metrics and very good production in college. And so far, we went back and took a look at all 128 of Wonnum's defensive snaps, and there's a lot to like, and there's also a lot that you can build off too. So he's been solid against the run. He's got 4 run stops there. That was one of his hallmarks in South Carolina. He only has 4 pressures on 73 pass rush snaps, which is less than ideal. And also his sack against the Texans was when he was unblocked. So it's kind of whatever. That's just a gift there. Good news is his defensive snaps have increased. So week 1, healthy scratch, less than ideal. Week 6, he put up 33 defensive snaps, about 41% of the defensive work against the Falcons. So that's good to see there. But getting back to the pressures, so only 4 pressures on 73 pass rushing reps, not ideal. 5.48% pressure rate, not great. Now, he is very basic in pass rush moves. Now, you can get by with that. If you're a decent athlete, you can impose your will in college football, even Power 5 football, even SEC East, even top of the food chain, tackles in college. It's not the NFL. So a little bit of speed rush, quasi bull rush, you'll be good to go. And he still has that rawness. Does need to add a little bit more to the repertoire, and also stop giving off tells at the snap. So his splits can generally dictate what he's going to throw at the tackle. And if a loser fan like me can pick up on that, just watching the All-22, 1,000% a really good offensive tackle where it's his job to eat, breathe, sleep football. Grinding some film, he's going to get that, as well as offensive line coaches obviously are as well. So that's something to work on. But what he can build upon is that he does have really good hands. He does have some nice violence in his hands. He does have a great punch off the snap. And not all young defensive ends come in with that, especially ones that are twitched up plus athletes. I mean, they do get by more on athleticism. They're just hands all over the place. I'll just get by you because I'm faster or I'm stronger. Oh, I got the quarterback. Woo, give me all the glory. But This sort of comes out of necessity, where Wonnum, not a plus athlete, but he has to be a little bit more technically sound instead of just throwing hands all over the place and then beating you with natural athleticism, which is good to see. So I think that's a good base that Patterson can build upon. But something that he is really good at as well is very good at setting the edge against the run. Now, Will Muschamp, longtime Nick Saban defensive coordinator at LSU, as well as 1 year with the Dolphins. It's something that Saban's defensive ends are almost universally good at, is they're very disciplined against the run. Now, some of that is coaching. It builds the basis of their defensive line and the front seven, as well as recruiting, the type of player that you do bring in, where you have this edge rusher who's used to getting 20 sacks in a high school season, just absolute 4 or 5 star stud. It's like, well, you're going to come in, you're going to stop the run. What? Huh? Yeah. So Wonnum is great at that. I think it could get him on the field early and often. And also, going back to college, it's extremely important for these defensive ends, especially since you're seeing a lot of read option, a lot of traditional option, a lot of triple option, as well as now a lot of RPOs as well. Plus, some of that is starting to trickle up to the NFL. So it's important to have guys like Wonnum on the field. Oh, a defensive end who can stop the run? Woo! Weird. I know it's crazy. So that could get him on the field, especially on early downs, and then keep him there as he expands his pass rush repertoire. So it's good. Plus, what's really key about Wonnum is you do love the intangibles. A mature kid who overcame some injury adversity his junior season. Plus, remember, we said he was a team captain as a true sophomore. So you're 19 years old in the SEC East, and you're a team captain? Woo! Love to see that. A leader beyond his years. And also, I think that he's the kind of guy who's going to come in, be humble, be quiet, listen, and just absorb all the knowledge that a guy like Afadio Denebo, who came in as a 7th-round pick, is now working his way up to starter level, can drop on you. Danielle Hunter obviously can give you a ton of tips of coming in and then developing your game. Andre Patterson is still the godfather of the defensive line. So I think that DJ Wonnum is in a phenomenal position to not only play a lot, but also learn a lot. And these final 10 games, he probably should be on the field 60 to 65% of the snaps. That would be ideal, because Jalen Holmes, I know that the Vikings like him. I know that he's still a quasi-young player, but you kind of know what you have. You don't know what you have yet with DJ Wonnum, and the more experience they get now will speed up that clock of when he'll be a starter caliber or at least high-end rotational guy. So I'm excited to see what he can bring. But what are your thoughts, DJ Wonnum time? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.